Hello, my dear students. I hope you all are doing well. So, today I'm going to start the next topic, that is merits and demerits of scarcity definition. Okay, given by Professor Robbins. So, in the previous video, we have done the characteristics of scarcity definition, or characteristics of, we can say that, the human behavior. So, first, the Robbins definition. Okay, what is that Robbins definition? Scarcity definition of economics. So, in comparison with the other definition given by the different economists like Adam Smith or Alfred Marshall, this definition is considered as a superior compared to the other definition of economics given by the different economists. Okay, so this definition is a superior. Now, on the basis of this, we can say that this scarcity definition has many advantages or merits. So that merits we are going to discuss today. So merits of scarcity definition of economics. So the first merits we have logical explanations. This is the first merit. Okay, if you read for book, you will get this point. Logical explanation. So why this definition is called a logical explanation? Because according to Professor Robbins, what he says that the root cause of all the economic problem arises due to scarcity of resources. Once again, why the economic problem arises? The economic problem arises due to scarcity of resources. Okay, almost all the economic problem arises due to that scarcity of resources, and that's why it is called the logical explanation. And on the basis of that logical explanation or the systematic explanation given by Professor Robbins, this definition is considered as a superior to the definition of other economics given by the different economists. So first merits we have, or the first advantages we have, logical explanation. Once again, why it is logical explanation? Because according to Professor Robbins, he mentioned that all the economic problem arises, or the root cause of all the economic problems are scarcity of resources. So that is the first merits of. Okay, so the second merits we have universal nature. Okay, universal nature. So according to Professor Robbins, whatever the definition he has given, that is correct, logical, as well as that is universal truth. Okay, why it is called universal truth? Because we know that any type of economy, whether that is rich, developed economy, underdeveloped economy, agricultural economies, or we can say that modern economies, or traditional type of economies, almost all the economies, okay, whether that country is rich, poor, or any type of economy, all are facing this problem. Okay, the problem of choice, the problem of scarcity of resources. So that's why it is called universal in nature, because each and every type of economy is facing this type of problems. Okay, it is not only the problem of scarcity, is not only the problem of developing or underdeveloped or less developed country, but it is the problem of each and every type of economy, whether that economy may be India, that economy may be USA, that economy may be France, Germany, it may be Bangladesh, Bhutan, Nepal. Almost all the countries are facing this scarcity of resources and the problem of choice. Now the third merits we have human science. Okay, according to the other economists, what they have mentioned that economics is a social science, but according to Professor Robbins, he says that economics is not a social science, it is a human science. Okay, human science means whatever the problem of scarcity of resources or allocation of resources. Okay, once again listen, the problem of scarcity or the allocation of resources are the common problem for each and everyone, whether that person belongs to the member of any organized community or the person is isolated from our community or society as well. Once again, what is human science? According to Professor Robbins, he says that economics is the study of human science rather than the social science. Social science says it only study about the individual who is a member of organized community or organized society. But human science says that the person or any individual that can be a member of organized community, like how we are living in our society, how we are living in our village or maybe in any locality. So it is about the study of, or it is the problem of, okay, or we can say that this scarcity problem or the allocation of resources is faced by almost each and every individual, whether that person is a priest, that person is a sadhu, or that person is a normal individual who are participating in different economic activities. So this is the problem of each and everyone. What is that problem? The problem of scarcity and the allocation of resources is faced by each and every individual, irrespective of their, okay, irrespective of their that person belongs to organized community or living in an isolation. So this is the common problem. That's why according to Professor Robbins, he says that economics is the study of human science rather than the social science. Okay, so the next merits or the advantages of Professor Robbins' definition of scarcity is a wider view of economic activities. As we have studied in welfare definition as well as the wealth definition, and we came to know that economics is all about the study of material goods or tangible goods. But according to Professor Robbins, okay, according to Professor Robbins, what he says that he has elaborated, he has explained the economics in a wider view. Okay, he has broadened the concept of economics, and he has mentioned that whether it is related to the production of tangible goods, okay, or various types of services, all are the part of economic activity. As we have seen in the previous definition of Adam Smith and the welfare definition given by Alfred Marshall, the services provided by teachers, lawyers, doctors, etc. were excluded from the part of that economic activities. But in his definition, okay, definition of Professor Robbins, he has broaden the concept of that economics and explain that whether that economic activity is related to the production of tangible goods, material goods. That tangible material goods means production of table, chair, benches, pen, pencil, and other type of eatable items as well. So tangible goods is also there, as well as non-tangible goods like the services of teacher, lawyer, doctors. These all are the part of economic activity. He has not excluded the services from his definition. That's why it is called the broader concept of economics given by Professor Robbins, and that's why it is superior among all the definition given by the different economists. Now in next part we are going to discuss the criticisms. So in spite of or despite of best definition given by Professor Robbins, he is also not spared from his criticism. He has been criticized by the other group of economists, okay, and on the various ground he has been criticized. He has been blamed that whatever the definition of economics you have given, that is not still perfect. Some improvement is needed, some correction should be needed to make that definition as the best. Okay, so the first criticisms we have narrow view of economics. Okay, narrow view of economics. So Professor Robbins has been criticized on the ground that it regards economics as a positive science by making it neutral between ends. Okay, positive science. Now new concept is coming. Now listen, this definition, okay, the definition of scarcity given by Professor Robbins has been criticized on the view that in his definition he has mentioned economics as a positive science. So what is positive science? Positive science concerned with what is, or it studies about the facts and figures. Okay, facts and figure means what are the exact values, or we can say that it describes or quantification, description or identification. Okay, but it does not explain about what should be, what ought to be. Okay, so that things is explained by the normative science. So according to the critics, what they claim that whatever the definition of economics, it is given by Professor Robbins, that is considered from the positive science of view, or from that view which is related to positive science. So what is positive science? Positive science concerned with the study of facts and figures. Okay, that in our country the total population is, suppose say, I will give you one example. At present, if you see, some data says that the total population of our country is 135 crores. So this 135 crores is a facts and the figures, and this is expressed in the number. But normative science gave the concept of value judgment. Value judgment means what is your opinion. Okay, suppose say my opinion is population of our country should not increase at this rate. Okay, it should not increase at this rate means I am giving my own opinion. This is my perception, this is my guidance. So that view is called normative science. Okay, so what it says that this is definition of scarcity is also called a narrow view of economics, because it does not say about, or it does not tell us to make a good decision about making choice on what is good or what is bad. So because of that missing part, we can consider that whatever the definition it is given by Professor Robbins, that is not correct. That's why this is the first criticisms. Okay, so here you have to understand this normative science is related to value judgment, and this positive science study about the facts and figures, or we can say that study about the data. Okay, data. So that is your positive science. So according to other group of economics is not only about the study of facts and figure or the data. It is not only about the study of data, facts, figures, but it is also study about the value judgment. Sometimes we say this should not be there, this should not be that should not be there. Means here we are making our opinion, we are giving our view, perspective. So if that is concerned, then that is your normative science. So according to other group of economics, what they say that economics is a normative science, not a positive science. Now the second criticisms we have, a restricted subject matter of economics. So in his definition he has explained about or he has mentioned that the root cause of economic problem is the scarcity of resources and the allocation of resources or choice of resources. But the various other economic problems are there that does not only arise because of that scarcity, but he has restricted that definition within two factor, scarcity and choice, problem of choice. And but some other factors are also there, some other problems also there that also arise in our economy, and that problems are unemployment, poverty, the problem related to growth and development, okay, in economic instability, inflation, and so on. So various other problems are also there, but he has not explained anything about that definition. He has only mentioned that the root cause of all the economic problem is scarcity of resources and the problem of choice. But some other issues are also there. Some other economic problems are also there, such as unemployment, poverty, problem of growth and development, economic instability, etc. So these all are also the problem faced by our economy. Now the next criticism we have, economic problem may not arise from scarcity. So some critics are there, they have blamed Professor Robbins that all the economic problems are not arise because of that scarcity of resources. Sometimes the problem in our economy arises because of that abundance of resources or overproduction. Okay, I'll give you some example. When there is a favorable climatic condition, then we have seen that there will be more amount of agricultural production or bumper agricultural production. So if there is a bumper agricultural production, what happens that sometimes the farmers are not getting the reasonable price for their product, and because of that sometimes they have to incur huge loss. So here what we can see that the economic problem is not arising only because of that scarcity, but sometimes maybe because of the overproduction. We can say that economic problem also arises because of overproduction. We can take any example. You can take the example of agricultural item as well as some other items produced by different factories. When there is an overproduction of any items, we can see that the price of that commodity will decrease, and sometimes the producers may incur loss also. So economic problem sometimes it arises because of scarcity, sometimes it may arise because of that overproduction. But he has explained only about the scarcity. He has excluded that part that sometimes economic problem arises because of overproduction or abundance of resources.